Morning, Scrubs. William Bridges, man, you kicked this thing off as soon as I set it up. William Bridges been on a whole conversation by himself. William Bridges. Shouts out to William Bridges. And thanks to everybody who hit up my Cash App, Carcino. My goodness. And now Roe want to show up. After Roe act like he couldn't find Carcino for life during a Piston game. In the playoffs with the Knicks. I'm just not around. We live for 3 hours, 5 hours, but we ain't around. We hard to find. Oh, man. Yes. Cock-a-doodle-doo to you too, bro. In due time. Now, let's get to why we're here. There's always new information that pops up, and that's what we want to do. We don't want to keep making the same video as I've seen other people do. Just for, because it's a trending topic, they want to do that. It has to be something new. If it's nothing new, there's no reason for me to hit the record button or the live button. I'm just not going to do something just for hits and views. I'm not one of those guys. If you're here for that, sorry. But we have new information. So whenever there's new information, then we can add a conversation to it. And we collaborate all of the new information and present it to you so that you could be caught up with what's going on. Now, in theory, everybody who do know what's going on, yeah, we did do that on One Crack News earlier today. And we kicked it off with letting people know what's going on over there with Michael B. Jordan and Ryan Coogler. But now Shannon Sharpe is facing termination of his ESPN job. Now, this is not a termination of Club Shay Shay because he owns that right along with Nightcap. So he's not going to fire himself. But he has sponsorships. So his sponsorships see that he's not on national television anymore. This could present a problem. But rather than do that, Jimmy Pitaro, who's one of the chairmen at Disney, and he runs ESPN, Jimmy Pitaro is, they're looking into this very seriously. Bob Iger has been kind of hands off when dealing with this situation. So this is a Jimmy Pitaro situation. Now, Shannon Sharpe appears on First Take on Tuesdays and Wednesdays, I believe. So when Shannon Sharpe is there 2 days out of the week, they're thinking about, is it worth it to do that? Are we offending our sponsors, or are we looking at this situation correctly? So Shannon Sharpe, a lawyer, came out and did an interview where he admitted that Shannon Sharpe was in the negotiation with the woman to basically buy her silence and pay her up to $10 million. So there was a settlement negotiation going on with this woman before Tony Busby gets involved, and all of a sudden, boom, he's leaking information all over the internet. And now this goes to a full-on, we want $50 million. So that's where it just went off the rails. So Shannon Sharpe's lawyer came out and told TMZ Sports about the whole altercation about, hey, this is what it is. We tried to settle with this person for $10 million plus. And once that came out, now ESPN is looking into this like, this isn't a good look. I'm sorry. Somebody said Mondays and Tuesdays. Okay, I thought it was Tuesdays and Wednesdays. I don't know. So now, after this week is complete and it's starting to grow legs, next Monday, Shannon might not be on ESPN. He might be under a leave, a suspension until this is taken care of, or he might be on leave until they get this situation resolved. So everyone was freaking out because they hadn't seen anything like this. And the fact that I can't believe myself that the lawyer did a press conference. Mm-hmm. Well, with Shannon Sharpe's lawyer making a statement in the fashion in which they did, I'm just saying that was really crazy. Yes. So the press conference that went down was shocking to know that Shannon Sharpe was going through the whole, you know, Gabby Zuniga situation and all the things that came along with that. Now, for the first time, or well, not the first time, but here's something that you probably haven't seen prior, right? Let me, did I mess something up? I think I did. Screwy dooey. All right, let me try to unmess it up for you. I want you guys to take a look at this. Don't forget to hit the like button, good people. I know y'all just got here. Here is, he said, the Patreon video I put out lets you know everything you need to know. That's true. It does. It ties up this thing in a big old bow. But we're going to keep it with over here on what we know as facts without going into the case. Now, here we go. This is the woman. This is Gabby, who goes by the name Carly on her OnlyFans. The 19, 20-year-old at the time when they started this encounters and doing what they were doing, she was trying to get breast implants from Shannon Sharpe and wanted Shannon Sharpe to buy her breast implants. So this is what Shannon has risked his $100 million on. This is what he threw his fortune away on. Put everything at risk for this. So a 2-year affair, or a year and a half, however you want to counter it. You want to mess around with this. Kings have done worse. I'm just saying. Dr. Umar was right. I'm just saying. Why do people don't learn? They looked at Jonathan Major's situation and just said, man, that's crazy. He running down the street from that white woman. And look what he went through. You would have think every black woman in America, every black man in America should have the white woman right outside the door banging on the door. He just put me out. We were watching TMZ. We saw Jonathan Major run down the street. He just put me out the house. Don't come back. I live here. Not anymore. Look how he running down the street. They did a hatchet job on Jonathan Major. You saying black women don't do this type of ish? Not really. Nope. Show me where a black woman did this and she got all the money. You show me where that happened at. Hello? Yeah, I'm live right now. What's up? Hello? Yeah. Yeah, I was just letting you know because they've been hitting me up like crazy for 2 days about that the girl and everything. Because the weigh-ins is tomorrow. Oh, okay. Well, all right. Well, yeah, we talking about Shannon Sharpe right now. Yep. So right now, yeah, we right in the middle of that. Yep. He a freaky old man. But yeah, let me get back in here. All right. Bye bye. Now, yeah, that's them trying to find a female fighter that's ready to fight in Houston for this 140 tournament. They say it's not a black and white thing. Oh, yeah, it's a black and white thing, buddy. It's a money thing, too. Black guy with money, white girls know they can get that money. Well, what sister you know walking out of here with settlement payments and all of these things, right? So you mean to tell me if Jonathan Major was in the car with a black woman and she pulled that thing that white girl did, Jonathan Majors would right now be in the Kane dynasty. They wouldn't have gave two damns. Cassie, you think this is about Cassie? Cassie is the proxy. They using Cassie. Come on, they ain't giving a damn about no damn Cassie. They need Cassie because she's on the tape. Other than that, they can give a damn about some Cassie. And she's not black either. Yep. But here it is. Tony Busby can go out to Diddy and there's no problems. Everybody look at Diddy like he guilty. But the moment he go out to everybody else, now Tony Busby is a monster. Tony Busby ain't no good. But now all of a sudden, now he targets black men. But y'all didn't see that when he was going up against Diddy. Y'all couldn't see that he was a monster. Ambulance chaser. Nobody could see that. It was all good. So we're going to wait and see next week What happens with Shannon Sharpe? But Stephen A. Smith all but threw him under the bus and ran him over. I mean, ran him over. If anybody saw what happened yesterday, Stephen A. Smith proved that he is not a friend of Shannon Sharpe. He's jealous, always been jealous of Shannon Sharpe and his rapid success. And now that he got a podcast show that's going to net him hundreds of millions of dollars, here he comes with his show now after Club Shay Shay blows up. And he almost all but throws him under the bus to the bosses. Can you imagine what he actually told Jimmy Pitaro and the bosses? You was about to pay this woman $10 million. Because you didn't want all of the stuff she know to come out. Like when he released those text messages, I said, the most interesting thing about that is that the text messages are one-sided. It's not about what Shannon said. They're posting everything she said. That's very telling. Because now it definitely confirms there's some things Shannon didn't want out in the public. And that's going to come out. So you might as well, now it makes no sense to pay her no money. So I'm saying she should have took the $10 million. Because what's going to happen after this? Back to OnlyFans? Because I'll let y'all do y'all investigation on what kind of stuff she do on OnlyFans. And how all of this we met at the gym crap. You got to go on my Patreon. If you're on the Casino for Life Patreon, you know what's up. We got exclusive information that nobody else had. So for a year and a half, he's been financing and banking this. This is what you give your money to. And this is for NBA basketball players, NFL basketball players. Love who you love. But when you are lusting for this, $25,000 a cheat? Really? But it's always those pro-black men. My thing is like, yo, if you're going to be pro-black but pro-white in your house, maybe you shouldn't be talking pro-black. I mean, I'm just saying. Is he pro-black? That's how Shannon got his fame. Shannon Sharpe blew up off the Colin Kaepernick situation. When they went live, the very first episode of Undisputed was Colin Kaepernick taking a knee in 2016. That blew Shannon Sharpe up. The way he defended Colin Kaepernick came out, and BLM got behind Shannon Sharpe. He was the only one on TV sticking up for Colin Kaepernick. That got him on the map. Now, now she said that he tried to make her sign an NDA. She wouldn't. Then he dropped the notion of an NDA and proceeded to date her anyway. Mistake 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. No, I don't believe Shannon did an essay either. That's right, Sabrina. He don't want everybody to know he's a freak. That's exactly it, Sabrina. But when this man went through his problems with LeBron, Shannon Sharpe refused to say anything about it. When Stephen A. Smith was going through anything, Shannon Sharpe refused to say a word until LeBron actually spoke out. Then he actually said something. But Stephen A. Smith, the smiling snake that he is, comes out and throws him under the bus.
Sent TMZ Sports a 1 minute and 36-second clip of an alleged conversation between his client and Shannon. In response to that clip, Shannon Sharpe went back to social media and issued this response. Take a look.
To my family, friends, supporters, and colleagues, I want to speak to you directly and from the heart. This is a shakedown. I'm going to be open, transparent, and defend myself because this isn't right. This is all being orchestrated by Tony Busby, who has targeted Jay-Z. Tony Busby targets black men, and I believe he's going to release a 30-second clip of a sex tape that tries to make me look guilty and play into every stereotype you could possibly imagine. That video should actually be 10 minutes or so. Hey, Tony, instead of releasing your edit, put the whole video out. I don't have it, or I would myself. You know what happened, and you're trying to manipulate the media. The encounter in question took place during the day at her invitation, and now that appears to be a deliberate setup. Coordinated by Gabby, also known as Carly on OnlyFans. Gabby and Tony Busby want $50 million. What they're getting is sued for defamation and trying to take me down. My career is all about real talk and honesty. I know my family and fans know exactly what this is about. And I'm going to be out there telling you whatever I need to say, just like I always do. I love all you guys. Thanks.
Well, it's a sad situation. Shannon Sharpe is somebody I work with a couple of days a week. Shannon Sharpe is somebody that I brought to ESPN. Works on First Take, which airs on ESPN every weekday morning from 10 a.m. to 12 noon Eastern Standard Time.
This dude is doing a promo for First Take. Remember when I did this yesterday? I was like, if Shannon was on there, he snapped and he crushed Molly's head. And he choked the living ass out of her right there on the show and popped her head. This dude would sit there, still be having the cameras rolling, promoting. Keep them rolling. This is First Take. I'm Stephen A. Smith, #1 show for 12 years. This man did not bring Shannon Sharpe to ESPN. That's a lie. The biggest lie ever. The bosses came to him and said, would you be opposed to working with Shannon Sharpe if we are able to get him? They wanted Shannon Sharpe over there. One, to stick it to Fox. And because Shannon Sharpe generates numbers. As they did record numbers when Shannon came over there. They were in the millions when Shannon came over. He was bringing that in by himself. So that's all a lie, what he just said. Bold-faced lie. You know, I'm really sad right now. He's not. Phony baloney.
He's been with me every Monday and Tuesday. We've been number one for 13 years and counting.
Okay, now he's bumped it up to 13. Now we're going to promote First Take.
But since Shannon has arrived, obviously he's helped the show immensely. And I can't thank him enough for it. We've grown close as friends. I'd like to believe that. I certainly root for him. I know he's been through a lot in life. He's overcome a lot of things. And when he departed from Fox, I was more than happy to bring him on board here. So all I can speak about is what I know based on the reports. And I can speak about ESPN and Disney. To be clear, even though this podcast, this YouTube show is owned and operated by me solely, it doesn't mean that I'm going to be dismissive of ESPN, who employs me in my daytime job on First Take. So I sit here before you today letting you know that they are aware that this is a subject that I was going to broach because I owe them that courtesy. With that,
Lie. Because you're going to go and speak about another colleague that's in your contract. You're not allowed to do that, even though it's not on ESPN. You can't tweet. You can't do anything. You can't take a dump without ESPN saying, okay. So you got to check in. So stop lying, Stephen A. All you're doing right now is lying. It's in your contract. You cannot talk negatively about any other colleague at ESPN or a situation about a colleague without the permission of the bosses of ESPN, even on your Stephen A. Smith show. So don't lie. Stop lying. You did not bring Shannon Sharpe over. You had nothing to do with the talks and the negotiations and bringing Shannon Sharpe over. Stop. They only asked you one question. Are you opposed to working with Shannon Sharpe on First Take? You was, no, I'm not opposed to it at all. They was like, okay, because we're thinking about bringing them over. We still working out everything. So ESPN bosses Jimmy Pitaro and Bob Iger, all of those guys were in negotiations with Shannon Sharpe into bringing him over. You had nothing to do with those negotiations. So I'm just letting the public know, because this guy's been out here lying. And lying for no reason. There's no reason to tell these kind of lies. But he's sensationalizing it, trying to market and promote First Take, doing your boy's worst time, talking about we grown closer as friends. Would you want a friend like this?
being said, it's important to point out a couple of things. Number one, I was not there. I can provide no eyewitness account. And even though I got love and respect for Shannon Sharpe, and I'm sincerely hopeful and prayerful that he is completely innocent of the allegations that have been levied against him, I can't sit here and speak to his innocence or guilt from a knowledgeable place because I have nothing to do with this. I haven't seen anything. I don't know anything. I don't even know this person. I know what the reports say. I know the reports, the things that have been reported on a multitude of outlets, from the AP to the New York Post to Forbes to TMZ and then everything in between. I mean, I can't even count the number of publications that have talked about it or written about it, networks, etc. It's all over the internet. It's everywhere. And I know that. I'm fully aware of that. This is not a criminal case. So it's not, there is no concern about him going to jail. This is a civil case, which means that he can either be found liable or not liable. The accuser in question is seeking $50 million. That was confirmed by Shannon Sharpe on that video today. According to the reports, it's somebody that he met in 2023, who was 19 years old at that particular moment in time. According to some audio that was put out earlier today by Attorney Busby, you hear the accuser, the female, talking to somebody who is alleged to be Shannon Sharpe. We don't know whether that's true or not. And the person in question, again, we don't know whether it's Shannon or not, other the words choke, as in I will choke the hell out of you if I saw you. And so because of that, knowing that audio was probably going to come out along with additional tapes, whether it be video or audio is unclear at this particular moment in time, Shannon Sharpe felt compelled to come out in his own defense.
Everybody needs to hit the like button. I know some of you are new here, probably haven't first time here. Don't forget to subscribe, hit the notification bell so you can definitely be notified every time. So if you wanted to be updated with what's actually happening and transpiring here, you will be updated. Yes, 100%. Yes, Shannon Sharpe offered to pay $10 million to this woman for her silence, so she wouldn't expose all his dirty little secrets. Over $10 million in negotiations. That's how much it was worth for Shannon Sharpe to have her to be quiet, so nobody would know that Shannon Sharpe is a freak. So make sure y'all hit the like button right now. Like it up, like it up, like it up. Yes, that is Gabby. She has been revealed to the public. Yep, you know old Shannon gonna be, oh, now come on now, Gabby. Now you trying to ask for too much money, Gabby. Now I can't go on here and give you that now $25,000. I could buy me another house in the dog. $25,000. That is way too much money. Yeah. No, you need to stay there, man. No, you just right. Yeah, you just right. See, he likes this girl because he can do what he wants to do. All the freaky stuff. The freaky deaky. And he didn't want all his freaky mess to be out in the public. Yeah, Skip's mad. Shannon's getting all this action. It's my turn. You said it was my turn. That's why that hairdresser Skip thought he had one. Exactly, King George. I'm upset with Shannon based off of his decision making. You are in a privileged position, and you have been targeted before. This ain't like this is his first rodeo. It's like, dude, they been coming after you. This ain't the first time these Beckys, they didn't lie on you. You had to jump off the elevator. The lady said you groped on the elevator, who you didn't even know, had no contact with, to get you fired. And here you are in this situation again because you over here bunny hopping. Easter is over, baby. You ain't learned from Jonathan Majors. When Jonathan Majors hit, I was like, that's it. I saw Jonathan Majors running down the street. I'm like, no more. White girls out here throw it at me every damn day. And I got to turn it down. And I said, nope, you come highly recommended, but no, thank you. I can't take it. I'm sorry. She was like, you said it. I'm like, yeah, they told me you're the best blowjob giver in the damn 3 towns over. Have co-signed your work. But I can't ride with it. Sorry. And my boy went along with it. And she was like, I smashed your boy. She's all excited and thinking like this is going to make me want to sleep with her because my boy went. I'm like, no. I know y'all probably think this is like cap. This is real talk. And y'all finna see some real stuff right now. Hold on. Y'all think Cino be just capping. Oh no, this ain't cap, buddy. I said, you tricked him. How you figured? He thought he was coming over to help. Again, he helped fill some holes. And then I started laughing. Like, this dude actually went and did this. Why would I have to trick him? You know I'm the best dick sucker around. You tell me about it all the time. I'm like, you are highly recommended. Hey, I ain't making nothing up. I ain't making nothing up. I'm telling you, this is real talk. This is a real conversation that just went down. Dog, I'm telling you, they don't care. They have no concerns. They will come after you. You have to say no. When them snow bunnies coming, man, you just got to say no. When they want to party with you, you got to say no. He's like, where are you located? I need to get to her. I'm telling you, stay away. Stay away. I'm like, you tricked him. She was like, I got with your boy. I'm like, why? Why would he say this? Why would he do that? Yeah, dude, she has no care. These women have no care about anything. She has been thirsting for it. All I got to do is say yes, and it's over. And she thinks because my boy gave it up, like, yeah, he went over there and smashed it. I put it down on him. Like, you going to want it now because I got your boy. I'm like, that's him. I don't smash what he smashed. We ain't those kind of boys. I don't just smash what he smashed. I'm sorry. I got standards. She one of them ghetto white girls that hang out with people from the hood. So trust me, if you want that, that ain't my type at all. But just to let you know, that's real. Zeno be telling you real things. I don't sit here and make stuff up. These girls will throw it at you every single day. They will find a way to get you and try to take you down. They want what you got. Black man got to protect himself. Is he bisexual? Are you talking about Shannon? No, I ain't smashed her. No. She wouldn't be talking like that if I was smashing. She wouldn't be bragging about smashing my friend if I was smashing her. No, I'm the one that's saying no. And she's like, he's saying no. I got to get him. You see, they want to be the one to get the one that keep telling them no. I'm like, nah, I'm good. He said that answer is on the Patreon about Shannon Sharpe. Yes, it is. It's on the Casino for Life Patreon. 100%. Yeah, she know every ghetto rapper that is, Little Syrupy, Droop guy, bust it, bust it, bust it, bust it. You know, like these chicks are all over. And out here is like that's what they do. They find the brothers that's just gonna go. So I'm like, yeah, you go get you. Like she was like, yeah, I'm over here with the YNs. I'm like, good, you stay with the YNs. Y'all have a ball. I'm like, shoot, I got standards even before Jonathan Majors. Like I date women with who have careers. You know, like they have careers. They are general area managers. They product selling. They work for pharmaceutical companies. I like them are the women I end up dating. I don't just date regular women. Like I might have some strippers that I mess around with. They might be strippers on part-time and then have a corporate job on the side. Right. You know, so that's just that. Now, getting back to the program, make sure, sorry about that. Make sure you hit the like button up and let's continue with the show.
How we interpret that. Let me be very, very clear about where I'm coming from. I'm a bit torn in terms of his response. On one hand, Tony Busby has sued Jay-Z. He did sue Diddy. He did accuse them or represented the woman who was accusing them of assault, of sexual assault, and said that she was 13 years of age at the time when talking about Jay-Z and Diddy, and Jay-Z went ballistic and emphatically denied it, wouldn't let it go. The case was dropped, and now he's suing Busby, mentioning words like extortion and other things. So when Shannon Sharpe brought up Mr. Busby in that video that we aired and talked about him being extorted. He brought up Mr. Busby and Mr. Busby's past. And he talked about him, going against African-American men. There's two thoughts there. On one hand, there's the Jay-Z, who obviously should be presumed innocent, not just because you should be presumed innocent until found guilty, but because of the manner in which he fought on his own behalf and has been very aggressive in going after Tony Busby. In the case of P. Diddy, you don't know what to believe. Again, the case against Jay-Z was a civil suit. Diddy was a civil suit. But in Diddy, you don't know what to believe because of all the allegations he's facing. But we can't forget that Tony Busby was also the person that represented at least 24 of the 27 women that accused Deshaun Watson of sexual misconduct along with other allegations. And at least 23 of those cases were settled. So we have an obligation to mention that. So on one hand, going on the offensive to defend himself, I completely understand where Shannon Sharpe is coming from. On the other hand, when his legal team issued out the press release on X yesterday, and they spoke about, they mentioned her name, and they revealed some of those explicit text messages, that was uncomfortable. And I don't know if that's a strategy that would work. One of the hardest things in the world for all of us to do is to just lay low and be quiet and let our legal team do it. And we don't always know whether or not that's the right thing to do. I know, and I can tell you all that I spoke to Shannon, not in details, but I spoke to him, and he emphatically proclaims his innocence. According to Mr. Busby, his client emphatically proclaims his guilt. So where does that leave us? I'd love to tell you that I know the answer to that question, but I don't. I am the executive producer of First Take on ESPN.
What did I tell you? I just did I did a whole mock down on what was gonna happen if Shannon Sharpe was in the studios and ended up choking Bolly. That was the first thing I said. This dude brings this up. This has nothing to do with it. What does this have to do with you? Again, I'm on First Take. 7 p.m. Eastern, Pacific. If you're in the West Coast, we doing 2 shows a night. This is a sad situation. What does this have to do with your situation? Nothing.
I recruited Shannon. I went and got him and brought him to ESPN.
No, you did not.
But I'm not the boss.
Yes, we know.
Those are other folks.
We know.
There are layers to this, and there are certain layers even I am not on. I can tell you, I also spoke to co-chairman of Disney, the boss, Jimmy Pitaro, who made it very, very clear we are taking this matter very seriously. And we are looking into this very, very closely. And once we gather as many facts as we possibly can, we will go from there. And that is all he said. And I can mention his name because I received his permission to say that. I don't know what that means. In my perfect world, this equates to Jay-Z, where the case ultimately dropped and Shannon is allowed to continue on First Take and continue to thrive and shine. And not just that, and have an illustrious career in the podcast stratosphere, doing Nightcap with Chad Ochocinco, doing Club Shay Shay, and ultimately gets this $100 million deal that he was all over the news about to sign just a couple of days before this report came out. In my perfect world, he moves on. And somehow, some way, we find this all to be false. But it doesn't seem like that's the way things are about to go down, considering who Mr. Busby is and how emphatic his client is proclaiming that she is right and she's telling the truth. I don't know where this is going to go.
Now, this dude went and talked to the bosses about Shannon Sharpe. First of all, you continuously lied. He lied 3 times to try to pat himself on the back for bringing Shannon Sharpe to the network when there's something he did not do. Low down and grimy. So again, I ask you, would you want this guy to be your friend? Absolutely not. I would not expect this guy to be in any friends meetings or nothing that you could provide. The AT&T woman came around and I had a chance to hit that. I don't know. I might have to make an exception for the AT&T girl, but I don't know. She didn't kind of fell off. Oh, man. But as you can see, the scenarios have changed. And everybody is seeing a whole different side to the story. Now that this woman has been revealed, and Shannon Sharpe now was in negotiations to paying this young woman all this money. Oh, absolutely. Mm-hmm. Oh, he was warned. Shannon was warned. Monique warned him.
I'm going to quote it because I could be wrong.
Okay.
But someone said Shannon Sharpe don't mess with black women.
Mm-hmm.
And
Before you go any further, can I say this?
please.
My grandmother told me something when I was a little boy. She said, boy, never chase a lie.
Come on, baby. Come on. Come on.
Why?
And you never said that, right?
I've never said.
Okay, so that's why I said.
I got black kids.
That's what I said. I said them babies black.
Yes.
They not confusing.
Yes.
We ain't trying to see if she Latin or Dominican. They black.
Yes.
They mama got black. Everybody that Shannon messed with was black.
Yes.
Right?
Not really. Everybody he had a baby with back then. See, back then, before he had options, that was what he had. That was his, what he can get. Now that he's got some money and he's in the public eye, they just see this big old hawk and they see that bag. And look at them eyes, boy. Look at that. She focused on that bag, boy. She will do anything she could to get to that bag. She want the Birkins. She want the Jimmy Choos. She want it all. She 22 now and she ready to party. Now, Monique tried to warn him. She tried to warn Shannon Sharpe.
Shannon, and y'all stop putting lies out about my brother because I was in my feelings when y'all said he didn't date black women. Y'all stop that shit. You stop, and then he might throw a white one in there every now and again. And it's okay. It's okay. Because sometimes we ain't into everything. We don't do everything. So sometimes Uncle
See, look, there you go. Shannon Freaky. Look.
Do everything. So sometimes
look, he told you. Look, he told you right there. He told you right there. Oh, they finna start messing with the stream.
we ain't into everything. Yeah. We don't do everything.
Look at him. Yep. Yep. See, y'all don't do everything. I need somebody that gonna do everything. The whipped cream, the chocolate syrup, the dog leash, all of it. I'm a nasty freaking man. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, so Mo told him everything.
Speak for them. I can only speak for me. Black man, he's now got to say to you.
Against you.
Do you tell another man about your leave this earth? There's nothing my husband will not know.
Woman, it ain't a problem. I remember you said it was.
Well, let me say this. First. It wasn't never a problem with me being a fat black woman because real black men, they like them in all shapes and sizes. All. If you can bake a pound cake naked, what y'all talking about?
Dating. What advice? Is somebody if Mo is different now than when you and I?
It's different, baby. I'm 56 and trying.
Are you trying to say what you trying to say? Mo,
I'm looking right at you. I ain't backing down. You better take your old ass and get somebody to love you.
Damn, Mo.
Now I'm looking right at y'all. Let me tell y'all what Shannon needs.
Let me
tell you what my baby needs. He need him an old fat gal who can bake good cakes, make some smothered turkey wings, who gonna rub his feet at the nighttime, okay, and gonna have a sip of his cognac to make him feel better about himself when he come home at night. That's what Shannon needs. You don't need no 26-year-old girl. You don't need no 36-year-old girl.
I do.
This is your auntie talking to you. Take your old ass and get your old bitch out there. and love you old.
Yep. She just told you. All right. She tried to tell him. Go on and get you somebody that can love you old, Shannon. Get somebody that can love you old. Stop going with them little 20-some-year-olds. She know what he be bouncing around with. She knew. And now to see you out here like this. Cat Williams told him first. Yeah, but Monique said it in the right way. She said that perfect. Boo thing wouldn't have set him up. Now, you look at his reputation took a hit when Boo thing came out, and then he got to start switching it up. Everybody was on to his relationship with the stylist. Hollywood, who's a great stylist. Mm-hmm. No, you go to the gym and go to OnlyFans. You go over there, you're going to get the type of people that are on OnlyFans. They on there looking for money. They do something strange for a piece of change. Not literal change, Shannon. If you want them to get freaky, you got to understand, if they get freaky, something going to come along with that. So Shannon was going to settle. He offered $10 million. Mm-hmm. And all of a sudden, communication stopped. And then they did this. Absolutely. Before the case went public. Mm-hmm. When people start making their minds up on what it is that they want in this game, Oh, yeah. She wanted to show her little fatty. And Shannon was like, yeah, that's what I want. Yeah, I like everything I'm seeing right here. Yeah, I'm about to take this home. Yeah. See, because I want to get freaky. And the sister, I took her out. I tried to get freaky with her. I'm like, let me put this banana in your ear. What? A banana in my ear? What did that even mean? You freaky. You strange. Nah, ain't nothing strange about me. I'm just trying new things. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, you like dogs, don't you? Yeah, I got a little puppy right here. Yeah, I know that. I bet you that. Now, have you ever thought about putting on this collar? Me putting on the collar? What do I need a collar for? Now we role playing. Now we trying things. Now, see, you a little terrier. I just picked you up. You was a lost little stray terrier. Come on now, shake your little thin derriere. I'm gonna walk you around the room. Come on now. Come on. Yeah, you be my little terrier. Come on now. Come on. There you go. Bark a little bit. Just the little bark. Just say, whoop, like a little terrier. Yeah, come on now. You ain't putting no goddamn collar on me. What? This ain't no slave day. See, this is why I'm talking about. This is why I can't deal with no sister. They got all these rules. All I ask you do, put on this little collar, and then I lead you around the room so I can hit it from the back. Oh my God. Now all of a sudden, I can't hit it from the back. Okay. All I was gonna do is pin you down. I can do a little Terry. Come on now. I'm gonna pin you on down. Yeah, here you go. Oh my God. Oh goodness. Now, then this don't work out. He get mad at black women. See, white girl, they let me do anything. I do anything I want in my nasty, freaky way. See, this is why Sterling don't come around me. Well, you got to understand, these situations normally come and go, right? But when they're at this magnitude, they're not going to come and go. Now, there have been new text messages that just presented to themselves, and it just surfaced. Shannon Sharpe released these to basically show his side. Remember I was saying, well, he's not saying anything that he's saying. He basically, showing the other side. So there are new text messages that predominantly came from Shannon Sharpe himself, his iPhone. Now, here we go. Are you ready for this? Now, this is the message that was delivered by her, Gabby, to Shannon Sharpe. And it says, but I cried when you left because I begged you to put on a condom on and not put it in my ass. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. Oh my God. Oh my God. I haven't had a time to even address LeBron and Kevin Gates because of all this. I have not, this Shannon Sharpe news has knocked me off of everything. Man, that's the first hole for Shannon. He said the third hole. That's where he started. That's the first hole. Told you, somebody told him, Shannon, women have buttholes too. You know what? I wasn't thinking about that. That's a good point. Oh my goodness. And boy, he took that and ran with it, boy. The fecal freak, Shannon Sharpe. So then he comes out. She's like, I don't know how to process. Then she's like, I don't know how to process this. Shannon says, can I call you later? Can I call you later? Because this came out as a crazy statement. He saw this message and it was like 10, 15 minutes later. He's like, can I call you later? Because the message, I guess, came out of left field. And the way it came. But I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom on and not put it in my hand. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. I don't know how to process this. Can I call you later? So Shannon is like, look, I'm finna call you later. Can I call you later? That's a crazy text. Yeah. So now it's clear, though, from the text message that this is a setup. Like somebody has said, now this is a setup text, though. When you hear that, I cried when you left because I begged you to put a condom and not to put it in my hands. And you didn't listen. I don't care what our history is. No means no, Shannon. That's a setup. That text there to me appears to be a setup. I don't know how to process this. That's all set up. That's all baiting. That's why he probably said, can I call you later? My response would have been completely different. I'd have been, what the f is you talking about? You text the wrong person. I said your name. You cannot manipulate me. Boy, if you say that word to me one more goddamn time, I'm going to choke the living out of you. I don't want to be choked. Yes, you do. And ain't nothing you going to be able to do about it. Hey. Hey, I swear, nobody black thought that was a bad conversation. Nobody black looked at that and said, hey, man, that's wrong. Everybody black looked at it like, yeah, sound about right. Yep. Remember I told you, baby, when I was going to choke the living shit out you that 10 minutes ago. Black people talk like that all the damn time. A woman be like, I'll knock you upside the head with this damn pot. I'll run you over with this car, woman. They say the craziest things to each other. Everybody in a relationship say something stupid to each other all the time. But when Shannon says, yes, you do. I don't want to be choked. Yes, you do. Woo! Man, I died laughing. There's like abuse isn't funny. I'm like, this ain't abuse. Hey, what do you say? Cino at his best. Always at my best. Even when they say I'm a mess. Oh, Shannon Sharpe is hitting me up. Yeah, they mad. They saying we've detected the clip from Club Shay Shay. Oh, okay. We see what they doing. All right, cool. That's because they know what's up. And I'm just like, Shannon, what you doing, bro? Why are you doing this? Mm-hmm. Right. All right. Why would you want to take the back door to get in? He's like, I've never liked taking the back door to get in. He's like, it's time for Unc to start hitting Darren Sharp for the commissionary, so he can start working on how he gonna get protected him upon arrival. Fools ain't born, they made. Well, see, that's the thing. Shannon Sharpe put himself in there, the Dookie lover himself. Then went in there, according to her, without a condom. He went in raw. You going in raw into the poop and shoot, going into the Dookie shoot raw. You walking around ESPN studios with shit on your dick. Oh my God. Nigga, what's that smell? You wonder why you catch something? Man, I'm telling you, it's gonna be Club Gay in a minute. Right. But we didn't need this controversy to know that this man was a fudge packer. Now you're an old dirty man. Right. Now, everybody done seen an adult flick before. We done seen Pinky. We done seen all these chicks get down. We done been in the strip club. We done seen them do all that activity. We ain't never took that home to the wife or the girlfriend and said, hey, why don't you put these beads up your why don't you take this butt plug and stick it? Come on, why don't you do this? She'll knock your ass out. What's happening to Shannon Sharpe right now is the Terry Crews story. And I don't know what it is with these big muscle-bound black dudes in the gym. Terry Crews got addicted to doggone adult films. That's all he did, like 7 times a day. He'll be out there with the family. Oh, hey, how about we all throw a barbecue? Yeah, that's a family. Come on, y'all, let's have a barbecue. Okay, I'm gonna go to the bathroom. I'll be right back. This dude would go in the bathroom, pop up his phone, pull up some, go on the Pornhub, whatever, watching something going. He just yank one out, raw. Oh, okay. All right, now I'm fresh. Terry Crews was going on a whole rampage like 6-7 times a day. I'm like, dude, how do you have any energy left? And then the wife had bust in the bathroom. She was, why are you locking the bathroom in the house? Because you married. She was locking doors for her in the house, in their bathroom. So she thought he was doing drugs. Come to find out, he was doing himself. She thought Terry was hiding in the bathroom doing drugs. Then she thought, okay, he doing drugs or something. Then she hearing all these voices in there. She thinking he got a brothel of women up in the doggone bathroom, getting it on, having a threesome in the middle of a family picnic. Kids in the backyard. How he just snuck these women up in the house? She get in there, boy. It ain't what you think. She's like, well, you got your thing in your hand, and your pants is at your ankle. She's like, I don't even know you no more. Then they went to make love. Terry Crews and his wife. They go to make love, and he just starts turning over, flipping over, trying to do stuff he didn't seen on the flick. And she was, what are you doing? I thought you'd be into that. No, I'm not. What is going on with you? So they split up. She put him out and was like, I don't know you anymore. I don't know who you are. Terry Crews. So she didn't know who he was no more. She's like, I don't know who you are no more. You got to go. So he came out and admitted, I was an addict. And that was his drug of choice. I think he was the top member on Pornhub. So, when you start hearing these situations and these stories, another muscle-bound guy in the gym, working out every day, having this weirdo behavior. And I've seen it firsthand here in the gym. The big muscle-bound guy who was getting the girls and everything, the blonde girl, and she was screaming, talking about, oh my God, he exposed himself to me in the gym shower, and they made a big deal about it. And I warned this guy, he wanted to be my personal trainer. Yeah, man, if you let me personally train you, you know what I'm saying, I'm gonna get you in shape. I'm like, dog, I'm not trying. I'm just staying toned. I'm just staying me. I ain't trying to, not be able to reach around and wipe my own ass. I'm not trying to do that. I ain't in here to have my arms and shit out here like this. This dude had no neck. Dog, his neck was like this. Arms and shoulders, dude. He couldn't bend around. I'm like, how you gonna wipe your ass? And I'm like, that's probably what he was asking her. And she freaked out. Probably like, can you wipe my ass? I mean, can't reach. I don't ever want to work out that much where I can't reach around and wipe my own ass. Right. I'm just trying to shoot some hoops in the gym, go over here. I'm cool. I was like, dude, we cool with it. I'm shooting hoops. That's good. Let me go over here and do my little thing over here. I'm good. I'm just getting some tone, get the muscles going, get the guns show. Chicks be, oh, look at your arms. I'll be, yeah, I know, babe. I just got to keep the little arm up there. I don't need to break the concrete when I'm walking. I met CT Fletcher. I ain't worked out with him. You think I want to do that? I know better. You meet with CT, he gonna have you up there pushing all kind of weight. Yeah, I was at the fitness expo chilling. I'm out there with Gabby and Dolly and all of them. So when I was at the expo, I'm hanging out. Like I said, I go there to hang out. I'm with Cali Muscle. I'm there hanging out. And me and Dolly hanging out again. I'm hanging out. So that's what I'm doing. I ain't trying to come in there and break the concrete. That ain't my job. Man, you go in there with CT and you can do 5 reps, it gonna be what you doing leaving, mother sucker. It's still your rep. It's your rep till I tell you it ain't your rep. I command you to grow. You ain't the boss, mother sucker. I'm the boss. I tell you what to do. You coming in here with me, you working arms. 24 hours a day, you are working arms. Till I tell you it ain't your set. Now you get back down there. My arms are shaking. Your brain gonna be shaking if you don't put your hand on them weights. Yeah, there you go. Work through the pain. There ain't no pain. I'm in pain. I can't feel my arms. That means it's working, mother sucker. Keep going. Don't let him get up off that bench. But don't ever say overtrain to him. Overtraining mother suckers. Ain't no overtraining, man. Ain't no overtrain. That's just a way for them to just be lazy.
What's really going on behind closed doors? Here's the news, fast. Former NFL star and ESPN host Shannon Sharpe is facing a $50 million lawsuit over rape allegations from a woman known as Jane Doe. Sharpe's lawyer just revealed he offered Jane Doe a $10 million settlement before she filed the lawsuit. Sharpe says the relationship was consensual. He calls the lawsuit a money grab, pointing out that Jane Doe turned down the $10 million offer. But Jane Doe's lawyer says she wants justice, not cash. He accuses Sharpe's team of trying to silence and discredit her, pointing out they shared her identity and her job as an adult content creator. Both sides are gearing up for a fierce legal battle. Sharpe denies all allegations. The case is just getting started. What do you think?
Yeah, well, you know, man, when it rains, it pours. When it rains, it pours. Oh, I can't really say that. Shannon Sharpe is control. He's in charge of what he's in charge of. You know, you can control your urges and your situation. When you put all of this above what you about to throw away, I mean, this is going to make you look like an example. This is what they use as an example for black men, so they could say, see? And you never want to be in that situation where they point the finger at you and they can go, see? Because that's what they want to do. They say, see? We gave them the opportunity and we were about to give this man the money. But see? Knowing that they do this weird, that they did worse. They got guys that's done 10 times worse. They paid hundreds of millions of dollars to, and it's A-OK. Because they got the complexion for the protection. If Paul Mooney was alive, boy, he would be going off over this subject. Paul Mooney be going all the way in. Oh, come on now. Hollywood's just crazy. Hollywood's just crazy. Oh, Hollywood's been doing this for years. Every year they got a white boy biting a girl on the booty. What's that guy? Marv Albert from the New York Knicks. He's about 70,000 years old. And he was getting all the women, paying them. Then he started thinking just because he paid money, he could do whatever he wanted to do. He got tired of sleeping with him. He said, look, I can't get it up no more. I'm just going to bite you. He lied in court and said, I didn't do it. The woman still had his teeth marks in her body. They measured the bite marks with Marv Albert's teeth, and it was a perfect goddamn fit. And you know what the New York Knicks did? They brought his ass back to work. So, don't tell me they don't do it too. And this is just a one-sided thing on the street. No. Bill Maher. Bill Maher is known throughout Hollywood as the chocolate lover. He's on HBO right now. And they mad at him because of what he said, because he done been around black folks so much, he think he black. He called somebody a house Negro or something last week. And then everybody black want him off the air now. Like, well, yeah, please stop letting him. He was, hey, no, it's cool, man. I messed around with Superhead. He been paying for women since the damn 90s. And you know what? They're going to keep airing him. They're going to keep putting him out there to the whole world. See, they can do it. You better not do it. That's the whole thing that they're laying out here for you. Do as we say, not as we do. Shannon just thought, hey, I get along with these guys. They know what I do. I could be a freak just like the rest of them. No, you can't. You better be a freak and know how to be a freak. See, you don't know how to be a freak. See, an NDA, nah, you don't need all that just right away. That ain't gonna protect you all the way. You gotta have the right kind of freak. You a multimillionaire, you can't go get some chick that's making $10,000 a year on OnlyFans. What you doing? What are you doing? You don't go to the garbage pail. When you're a multi-millionaire, you don't go into the garbage pail. You got to get these chicks that know how to be with $100 million men. They know how to keep their mouth shut. They know how to do all this stuff, and it comes with the territory. That's what you need. How you think these billionaire or men with $100 million, they go overseas, they go over there and get a chick from Morocco. They get them everywhere. They don't do no interviews in the press. They ain't running around. I used to be with him, girl. And I did that, and I'm telling my story to TMZ. Nah. They shut their mouth. Of course I know why water is wet. Because it's a liquid. What liquid isn't wet? Now, thank you guys for hitting the like button. I appreciate that. All you new subscribers that came in and subscribed to the page, we appreciate that. So y'all can get this entertainment live. Of course. But power respects power. Old Stormy never would have opened her mouth until some people with power came with another bag and said, this is the angle we're doing. So she started to open her mouth. Other than that, you wouldn't have heard from Stormy. You think Trump was the only person Stormy's been with? No. Been a lot more people than that for old Stormy. Yeah, well, scenarios never go the way they should it? It's always some type of slant. They protect their own. Look at Jonathan Majors. He gets in an altercation where he's charged for putting his hands on the girl and pushing her back towards the car on the video. That's the only thing he was charged with because he didn't do any crime. They couldn't find nothing to find him guilty on, but they had to get a guilty plea on him so that he wouldn't sue the city of New York. Because they knew they overreacted because he was black and she was white. at the end of the day, no matter what year it is, black folks seem to forget they black until they get reminded, hey, you black. But I was just doing what everybody else do. Why can't I do that now? Hey, you black. But that ain't right. Hey, you black. Ain't right goes along with the territory. You know that from the day you born. So Shannon Sharpe, you got to know you're black. These dudes, they're not happy that you making all this money. You think all these people, shoot, Shannon Sharpe should know Stephen A. Smith does not share your best interests. Not at all. Not for a little bit. None of it makes sense. The more you look at it, the more ridiculous it's going to come off. Lil Wayne was jamming and not like us because he don't know what's going on. Lil Wayne be high as a kite. And y'all thinking like Wayne gonna remember something. Wayne don't know what y'all talking about. Wayne don't remember none of that. He don't remember Kendrick made the song. He don't remember the Super Bowl. He just know the next thing. That's why he could easily get over it, because Wayne don't remember. He literally don't remember. Wayne gonna be, I did that. I remember doing that. You did it. No, I remember that. I did. What? Man, get out of here, man. Trying to yell at I dissed my brother Drake. Kendrick Lamar made that song. That was Kendrick Lamar. That don't sound like a Kendrick Lamar song. For real. It's not like us. Kendrick Lamar, Drake the battle. I really don't be paying attention to what's going on in hip hop, man. I really don't. He don't know what's going on out here for real. I'm telling you, Lil Wayne has no recollection of any of it. Trust me. Believe me, he's not lying. He's not saying it to be lying and try to cover up. He don't know. He literally just don't know. No, when they get to the point where they understand it, then things will take its toll in the right direction. But other than that, I'm not really seeing something that's it's gonna topple everything that you've seen so far. I ain't even seen anything like that. That's called the good fight. Everybody wants to put up what they call the good fight. That's the good fight. The good fight, baby. We got to put up that good fight. Wayne's still high from 2009. Pretty much. He's at the point where his mind is gone. He didn't did all that lean, all that stuff. He done messed his whole brain up. He ain't getting high no more. He just already fried. So don't worry, we will address Kevin Gates later on today. So get ready for the Kevin Gates and LeBron thing. I haven't had a chance to do it because of this Shannon Sharpe news, but now we might be getting to the crux of it right now, so where we can finally get to the breaks. Now everybody's informed. So don't forget to join my Patreon, though, Carcino for Life. Then you'll understand what's the whole gist of all of this. And we're going to continue from there. All right. Love, peace, and hair grease.